Good afternoon, good evening, good whatever on this fine Sunday as we continue the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament group stage. We have a very important match today here in Group I, as whoever wins here will be moving on to the brackets, albeit under different circumstances. On our left, we have onefineday sitting at 1-3. He has to win out against clarisdatcom, who is 2-2. He only needs to win one of the two matches, cure his bid for the brackets for the third straight year. So we've got a big consequential match here. So I'm Pro8007, happy to be joining you here as always, and on the mic with me today is the immortal Matty J316. Welcome.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and hello to you, sir. Like you said, big matchup. It's a case of one win for Claris. He's in. Onefineday has to win both races to be in. This is important, as you mentioned.
Yes. 17 of the 22 bracket spots have been filled. Although a couple of them have already been confirmed. We just need to know exactly where they're going to end up. But this is a big one because, yeah, as stated, if Claris wins just one, he moves on and can do no worse than 3-3. If onefineday sweeps, he'll finish second at 3-3 in what has been a very tough Group I, with our fourth place finisher from last year's tournament, GamerCal, sweeping the board.
Yeah, that's what made the difference. And at this point, a lot of you people know what's going on. It's Trinity Flags 1, Vanilla World Order. With the worlds, obviously, we have 2 forts in World 1 as we begin our situation. So 1 fort, and we see it is a fort from World 3. That will not be played in World 3. And hammers break locks, and rocks, they don't build bridges. And, of course, end cards are randomized as well. So if you've been here before, this is very simple. We just need to call the races at this point.
Pretty much. Getting the World 3 fort right off the bat is good for them because World 1 fort, as we all know, cannot impede progression. Logic assumes you always go for the item, so they get of the 2 forts, they get the one they know is already going to push them forward.
And it will, and it does not impede at all, so it's a case of either player is one Claris was thinking about it, but both players opting just go straight forward. And on the World 2, and onefineday trades into Mario.
Yeah, I got sniped by a Piranha Fireball. And the classic axiom, never trust 1-5. And actually 1-5 and 1-6 are in vanilla locations today, which is kind of odd.
So for those in the chat, that is indeed a Fred, but not at this point. We expect the world the stage distribution to be the same vanilla in world unless there's a trade. If there's something off, we will of course call it out. But vanilla world order with all stages staying in their vanilla worlds.
Right. So yeah, so 1-1 didn't show up, so that means it's going to end up in World 3. Clara's trying to go for Superman, gets it on the second try, so that'll save him about 5 or 6 seconds.
And onefineday go on the intended route with a fire chomp in. Sumo bro in the way, and we get a cloud in World 1. That is actually fair. That's actually fortuitous.
We've seen a lot of excuse me. We've seen a lot of hammers in World 1 with flags won lately. So it's kind of nice to see this be something different change. Onefineday picking up a fire flower from Mushroom House, and we have a weak Larry.
Yeah, Larry goes down in 1. Yeah, usually we get hammers early, not clouds early, but early clouds is always not a bad.
Yeah, with Tourney Flags 1, clouds are a little more strategic because you know or if you should know, what the levels are as far as what is what, and that advanced knowledge can allow you to skip some of the nastier levels like 5-3, 6-6, etc.
And Claris about a 30-second seconds ahead of onefineday going into World 2, but this is by no means. Wow, Boss Bass almost took Claris's head off there.
Yeah. 2-3 is always a hoot and a half, especially with Boss Bass, and but a tail makes it a little easier for Claris. Will take his time watching the Koopa Shell take out the block.
Which is the intended strat here. Of course, it's convenient, and onefineday found out what Boss Bass wanted for lunch.
Yeah, a Mario sandwich. So
extra mayo. Oh, what?
That's
you hate to see it with onefineday. Just a couple of unfortunate stops there.
Yeah, he's got to be careful here. He might want to consider. I know he doesn't really want to, but he might want to consider using that fire flower he's got in stock because
you want the extra hit at that point, but with Boss Bass running around,
yeah.
Yeah, he's down to a 0 life, so that is gonna. He may want to game over, and he doesn't have a choice. World 2-3 just went. Where do you think you were going? To onefineday.
Yeah, so
the good news is he does replenish his life stock, so he is good to go on that front. But rough beginning of World 2 for onefineday.
Yeah, onefineday having some trouble out of the blocks here, and so we'll see how he handles. Oh no, he got it again. 2-3, continuing to be the bane of his existence.
You know, for people wondering, wait, that's a Kaizo block. No, that block is in vanilla position. That is not a Kaizo block. It's just bad placement for onefineday.
So, and again, if Claris wins one of these two matches, he will automatically qualify for the brackets. And so onefineday has to win out, and he's about half a world behind right now because of this. The
distribution here. No, Claris is essentially just about halfway done. Just did his World 4 look at that distribution. It is not the easiest one here. Still needs to be a fort done, and we have 5 in the sky, so 5 in the sky is out of World 5.
Right, so World 3 and 5 could be very quick here. onefineday losing his fire flower, gets an anchor, which is distributed as a wild card item in randomizer. So, and it's a cloud.
Ooh.
Now he has
more anchors, more clouds. That is a useful bit of information.
Now, onefineday actually hesitated there because I don't think he intended to cloud over the level. Now we know he's going to be correct because, as Claris just demonstrated with 5F2, there it is. So he's actually going to be validated here, and this is actually a big time save for him.
Big time. And Claris will pick up a star with the other Hammer brother.
And he actually saved some time. I think it was a little more efficient through through the pyramid stage. And Boss Bass has made his return 2-1. The sequel inning.
2-1. So this is Boss Bass is playing emergency goalie right now.
Yeah, and Claris using a Koopa Shell to get rid of him. See, not really using the P-Speed, using a variant of the P-Speed, and down he goes. So Boss Bass is getting well fed today, folks.
Yeah, Boss Bass and I had the same thing. We're both on Weight Watchers, and we both decided, you know what, this weekend we're gonna feast.
Okay.
And there's the anchor on Claris's side.
Claris
Got an
getting
extra mushroom for the trouble, but no, on to the airship he goes.
Claris kind of did a reactionary thing there using Cloud 2-1, which is a fairly short stage, but I kind of get it. He's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Just on to World 2, on to World 3, please. And after the sight of Boss Bass almost eating, oh no.
Speaking
The
of
good
eating,
news there is that the Hammer Brother was between 1 and the castle, so that is pretty much good to go here. But
yeah, got somebody in chat referring to the Boss Bass as David Ayers. Well,
that's the reference, folks.
Well, for a week it will be. At any rate,
it will be, especially if you're a hockey fan that does not like the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Well,
guess what, folks? I'm in a good mood for a reason.
Yes.
Claris finishes up World 2. And One Fine Day, not too far behind. This
no.
Some very fortunate, very good decisions over One Fine Day catching up in World 2. This could have been disastrous for One Fine Day, but a couple of good decisions right off the bat.
And and a couple of unfortunate deaths for Claris, and 2-1 in the World 2 airship have evened the score a bit here. So now we're on to World 3. And we lead off with 3F1, aka Door 6-4. So we know this is the only fort in the world. That's the good news. The bad news is this could take a while because of the way the map is set up.
Yeah, unfortunately, the pipes are the key, but they're stuck behind at least 4 or 5 levels. The lock will be broken. That's the good news, but no early pipe checks. This will not be a free World 3.
Yeah, no double hammer play either with the boulders around the bottom here. So that could have saved them about 2.5 minutes right there. But neither of them have a hammer. So, yeah, they're going to have to play 3-9, 3-6, 3-7, and 3-1. Or 1-1, actually.
And Claris with the end cards already have like 3 matches so far. 1 mistake.
That was 3.
And has 1 more.
This is actually One Fine Day's first crack at the card. Stars are 1-ups.
Claris looking to clear the board. Will have to wait for another 80,000 points. But more clouds, actually. There was another cloud in the end cards. So very cloud heavy. Actually, I think cloud heavy flags 1. Not a bad situation specific.
So both of them are near synced now. One Fine Day having a whale of a time getting through that block. Claris having a fun time with Paragoombas. So One Fine Day is about green transition right now. Trying to avoid the chain bloopers. He might want to just, okay, should be fine now.
Yeah, I think he wants to keep his tail. Again, that's a time loss, but at this point, we're back to sync in this.
Yeah, with 3-7 on the way, that's not a bad level to get it on either. 3-7 has an item. It'll be interesting to see if either of them go for it.
Both, and hey, I wonder where Boss Bass is. Probably still stuck in World 2.
Yeah, he's stuck in the Oasis.
Yeah. Or, being in the Oasis and I'm feeding on the bloopers. That's not a bad diet, folks. We move on to World 7 and Level 7. And One Fine Day, we had a troll star here, folks. Oh, there's Boss Bass.
Boss Bass returning.
With a fortunate catch of the star.
And One Fine Day is successful in landing on the note block. Looks like Claris is going to skip it.
So One Fine Day will get an extra item. We're going to find out if it's a big advantage or not in just a few seconds.
Right.
The good news is both will finish at about the same time. It's a flower. No specific huge advantage, but it's an extra item nonetheless.
So it is 3-1. Enjoy your sync.
Yeah, a little deviation in the route with Claris choosing to get the extra item, picks up a leaf. One Fine Day will finish up 3-1. And more movements for the Hammer Brothers. And Claris gets another 80,000 points. And we'll get to clear the end card board. And that was a music box and a star as the last two items.
So there's 4 pipes here. Pretty good bet he's not going to have to play another level here. Claris is playing the coin ship.
Playing the coin chip for an extra item. One Fine Day, does he find the Wendy's Isle? No, but opts to play one more level.
Right, and this is a vanilla pipe, so 3-3 is the last.
Yeah, this is 3-3. Usually it's 3-9. Obviously, that it plays that is the level. Good cheap kill too. And Claris with a different pipe check. Actually, this is the same one. So we have a vanilla pipe situation here.
Yeah, they're going through the board. One Fine Day is going to stop to play the card. He got 2 match first time. Let's see how much he remembers. Doing all right.
Gets the one mistake.
Well,
And he's gonna. He looks to clear the board, but we'll have to wait as well.
Got another cloud.
And a frog suit.
Nice. So another cloud for One Fine Day. So
and there you go. The pipe to Wendy was in vanilla location. And now One Fine Day will have a lead going into World 4. Claris will just be a little bit behind, but not too far. This is still a very tight race. One Fine Day, again, in a lead, not the lead at this point.
So about a 16-11 for One Fine Day. Through 2-3 worlds. Claris is 10 seconds behind.
And a soft Wendy that, well, still recovering from that bacon eater binge from yesterday's race. And an early fort location there.
Yeah, so 4F2 Donut Fort. One Fine Day. About halfway through the stage as Claris begins his fort.
Good fire kill for Boom Boom there on One Fine Day's side. Couple of wild hotfoots on the loose. Good dodging by Claris. And does not build the bridge and is necessary to get to the castle. However, no, we're gonna have to make a tour. So this will not a short World 4.
No, it's
right at the beginning. You may as well. This may as well be a backtracker.
4-6, 4-4, and 4-5. So it's going to be a bit of a grind here, and Claris is actually stopping to play more Hammer Bros.
Picks up a hammer.
That could be useful. for Claris. Not in this world, unfortunately, but
but World 5 and 6 are coming up, especially in World 6. Hammers can become huge.
Yeah.
Mushroom and the Hammer Brother and an extra flower if needed, but it wasn't. Claris will take the same shortcut One Fine Day took and find the same situation as One Fine Day. So this is very much a straightforward World 4, just a very long one, unfortunately.
Yeah. 4-4 is one of the longer stages. It takes about 35 seconds or so to finish. And
almost got Lakitu goaltended, but again, good timing there.
So, another Hammer Bro for One Fine Day. It's a double Fire Bro, and we got sniped from above.
Yeah,
and it is a music box.
Both get their music boxes. We should mention in Tourney Flags 1, no beta levels are available. Everything is randomized, and there are no auto scrollers as you can plainly see. Right. However, there are a few bits that are hard locked for purposes of if they are randomized, it basically makes some of the levels unbeatable, and that's not the point we're trying to make here. 5-9 is such an example, and of course, in Tourney Flags 2, we'll explain how that goes as well.
Right, yeah. Tourney Flags 1, the only auto scroller is 5-9. And then, of course, the 3-7 auto scroll for the item, but that's it. So, One Fine Day is in 4F1. Claris is about a stage behind right now. Group play ends on Saturday. The brackets will start a week from tomorrow, March 2nd, and that'll take about a month to go through.
And for those wondering what the next races are coming up tomorrow, Monday night, February 24, Zodiac Dread will take on Dr. J PhD on SpeedGaming 2. The next race, as scheduled, is Friday night, February 28th at 12 p.m. at 12:30 p.m. an afternoon game for you folks, a lunchtime game actually. Dave Lindo will take on Glutamic Acid.
And we got a star for Claris, so he'll be able to clear the decks here. Fine Day.
Upside down over for Claris. And we are on our way back. We see the bridge. One Fine Day gets it done. Claris will take another visit to the end cards, pick up a couple extra items. One Fine Day will jump a little bit more ahead going into the back half of this first race.
Quick aside on tomorrow night's match between Dr. J and Zodiac. Zodiac has to sweep that match to force a tiebreaker with Dust Minion for second place. Dust Minion finished at 3-3. If Zodiac does not win both matches, Dust Minion will move on to the bracket. So another important match there.
And for those wondering, you saw a star on the airship, another anchor, so another cloud in the letter going into World 5. The distribution will lead to a fortress that has to build a bridge, because that's the only way we access that pipe. There's only one pipe on the map in World 5, so that is the pipe that will lead us to the sky.
So about a 36-second difference between our runners right now. One Fine Day holding about a one-stage lead. As he takes care of 5-6. So now on to 5F1. This will be the only fort in the world. So we already know that. One fine day, Peace speeding his way through, but fortunately,
just bad timing in there. He thought he had enough iframes to get through that one disco waffle. Not enough, unfortunately.
wouldn't have been a bad idea to use a star there, but he's opted not to.
He's having a better run of it with the Tanuki suit. Will take a hit, but he is going to clear the fort. Claris will take the same hit there. We'll clear that fort as well. Does build the bridge.
One fine day is going to opt to play 5-4. Again, there are a couple levels here in World 5 where using Cloud is a good idea. 5-9, of course. 5-3 is also quite a long stage. So it would be a good idea to get that taken care of. Would have clouded 5-4. It's a pretty short stage. It's not that hard. 5-6 actually, if that were on the other end of the bridge, that wouldn't have been a bad stage to play. One fine day, there are 2 2s on the map, as you may have noticed. He is
one of them was traded off. You might have noticed you were missing the Oasis, and hey, look, there's a Bertha actually.
Yeah, Big Bertha.
Boss Bass was not around. I was gonna say, I almost called Boss Bass being in the Oasis there.
Fortunately, no. Claris is going for the coin ship Hammer Bro. One fine day is opting not to go after them. Seems comfortable taking whatever he needs off the cloud. So Claris picking up another hammer.
So that's going to be a major advantage. One fine day already at the airship. I was going to say, excuse one fine day as he kisses the sky. So one fine day is going to get to World 6. Claris will have an extra hammer. Interesting setup going into World 6 and World 7.
There's no guarantee that even with all those hammers that they're going to pay off. And one fine day,
one fine day had a 4-hitter for World 5.
You got the fire kill on Roy, so 25-48. Lemon tree!
Lemon tree!
Yeah.
Squirrel!
Yes. Shake harder, boy! And there's 6-6.
And more cloud action here.
Fine day does not need pictures to tell him what horrors will await in 6-6.
And he don't need to do it, so he's not gonna do it. I'm pretty sure I saw another anchor in the letter, but I could not confirm it or not.
I believe you're right. Claris also going to try door number 2 here. Play 6F1. Now, because
One fight not opting for the extra item.
Claris is gonna
fire kill. Does take care of business.
Yeah, Claris might go for the item box.
He's got a star. Does he have an extra star? No, it was a leaf. So no star kill and more clouds. More clouds from the Hammer Brothers.
We'll see what the pipe does in 6F1 location. Okay, so we got
okay, now we got, there we go. Now we have our pipe check.
Yeah.
And
well,
that's
not
too bad, actually.
Claris is going to jump ahead, though, because he can use hammer on the block, and then he's going to get a free pass straight to the finish line. Unless there is a bridge there, he is going to sail to the airship.
Good pun. That was a good pun. We move on. One Fine Day is going to have to finish the fort, so this is a difference in strategy, obviously.
Right. Claris got the extra hammers, so he's going to have to start using them. And use them he does.
Checks the pipe, and we find we need to break a lock and build a bridge. So One Fine Day with the strategic advantage. The question is, do we build the bridge or break the lock? I think the desired outcome is you build the bridge, then you break the lock.
Right. One Fine Day is burning through all of his inventory. Now they're actually on the same stage. But, so Claris
finishes up first. One Fine Day will not be far behind.
One Fine Day does create the cat. Oh no! Oh boy. I thought he screwed that up.
Ooh, that was close, but he pretty much sailed through that. Pretty much all bottom.
Okay, so Claris was validated. That built the bridge, so he's fine.
He just needs a hammer. But at this point,
they're even.
Both are even because One Fine Day did both forts to build bridge and break locks. So this again going into World 7, a very close race.
Yeah, you would think going in, it's like, well, this is going to be Claris is going to blow this game wide open, but
yeah, in either case for One Fine Day, those were very close races. I remember calling one of those. They were close. Do we have a shrimp? Close cards. No, it looks like a jumbo shrimp for Iggy.
Yeah, Lemmy giving.
Oh, Lemmy.
And one Fine Day missed his timing, so 5-hitter. Claris back.
Big jumbo shrimp.
Okay.
Down goes Lemmy. Claris will be in the lead by about a cutscene.
Yeah, about 11 seconds by my count. So yeah, in the lead, holding serve right now. He's got a couple extra clouds, I think, from the anchor. He's got at least one cloud from the anchors. I think One Fine Day might have burned all of his.
In a frog suit, no hammer suit. So this is looking a lot like a fire kill Bowser, unless we do find a hammer suit on the way to World 8.
First pipe was the dead end, so we got to sync now.
We have found the Isle of Happiness, but we have a lock in the way.
Claris
are betting that Fort Knox breaks the lock. Claris has the extra tail advantage, so he'll finish the fort first. One Fine Day opting to U-turn.
Yeah, he's
got the leaf, so he's gonna have to do that.
So he does have an extra cloud on it, so probably skip 7-4 altogether.
And that does break the lock, so we have a 99-cent World 7. Actually, a $2 World 7, because you still have to beat a few levels. Now it's 99 cents.
Right.
With the extra cloud.
And One Fine Day will be able to do the same with his cloud. He's still got an extra on.
Yeah, so essentially, we're going into HE hockey sticks really tied up because 8 is the great equalizer. We don't know how many bridges are necessary at the Bowser's Keep.
Right.
This will be down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
For those just joining us, One Fine Day has to win to stay alive in the group. However, if Claris wins, he's already on to the bracket stage, and One Fine Day will be eliminated.
Right. And even though Claris will have punched his ticket, if he does win, he still needs to play for a position in the brackets. Get out your commands in chat.
Command? So yeah,
And
Claris. So if Claris wins, this will be strictly for position because I believe we take both times for tourney flags 1 and 2 to make the brackets.
yes, it's your average time will help determine your rank. So we've got Air Force and Tang. Claris is going to play Air Force.
Yeah, for those wondering, in flags 2, if you see a airship in World 1, that's because anything that contains an orb is technically considered a fortress.
So 2 of the pipes up front lead into each other, so One Fine Day is going to have to play Air Force like Claris is. Claris
Seems to be straightforward so far, but this is we have not seen the dark room yet, so there's nothing straightforward about World 8. Right now, Claris has a lead, and at this point, usually I just say the lead, but at this point, it is a lead, strictly a lead. We have regular tanks, so we're gonna get an item out of the hand bridge at the very least.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be their hammer suit they've been kind of searching for.
Ooh, bad hitbox from Claris on Claris's side, but he does finish up that. Fire Bro in there, and another anchor, so another cloud.
Which has limited utility, especially since we've seen 8-1 already. Alright,
so we got super tanks and a navy left. Claris opts for the pipe check.
At this point.
And more dark room shenanigans. We have to do super tanks.
Super tanks. Claris, we'll see what One Fine Day decides to do.
I mean, we have not seen any locks in the dark room as of yet.
Right.
One Fine Day checks the pipe as well. Finds the other side, so both are doing super tanks.
So One Fine Day is following Claris's lead, so that broke a lock in the corner. So there's 3 forts right on top of each other. See if One Fine Day decides to kind of follow the string a little bit.
You know, the thought does occur to me that if there is an action level at the keep, like like 8-2, for example, both have clouds.
Yeah. Yeah, both of them are able to skip that level altogether. Claris gets a star from the P-switch. He's going to make a run for it.
Makes it through. Not enough time to get the quick boom kill, but enough to get it done anyway. One Fine Day trying to make it one cycle as well. Gets caught by the boo. And a wild hot foot playing goalie here.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's going to have to stop and do it again.
Claris doing the Navy, so at this point, we know most of all of the orb stages are done, so it's only a matter of getting to Bowser's Keep at this point.
Yeah, all 4 forts have been accounted for.
So it is more than likely that we are going to find the keep in one of the next tunnels that we see. More locks broken. There's a pipe check for Claris.
2 pipes in the corner. That's interesting.
And there's an action level. There's a cloud. 2 bridges did indeed need to be built. And a star and a Tanuki suit is what we're doing for Claris's side.
Yeah, so 2 hammers, so 2 bridges ended up being required.
And there's a waffle kill there. No Tanuki suit, so this... We knew this was going to be a vanilla Bowser strat situation. And One Fine Day opting for the same situation Claris tried to clip, no go.
So let's see how the final. Oh, we got hit already. This
He got it. He's got one
oh.
more hit left. No lasers. Claris gets to the bridge.
That was really close. I thought he was sunk, man, on iframes there on that fireball.
Yeah. And at this point, this is just a matter of if One Fine Day gets the clip, it's going to get close, but he's not opting to go for it. He didn't have to speed anyway.
Right, and he really needed a fireball at this point.
He needed it, and with that death, that's over, unfortunately. Claris gets it done. Claris is about to move on. We're going to get you that SRL time in just a few seconds.
Claris has cured his bracket slot, finishes with an official SRL time of 39:04. So GG's to Claris. And One Fine Day has just learned the news, and he is going to take a forfeit.
Yeah, at this point, it is a forfeit. Folks, this is it. This was actually fairly close.
Yeah. Yes, it was. With Claris held the lead for most of the second half of the race, but unfortunately, and it got interesting toward the end, but it was just a little too much down the stretch. 7F1 might have been where things really kind of opened up, because Claris had already had Tanuki suit going into 7F1, and One Fine Day didn't, and that was a major swing.
So there you go. Well then, this is now a formality. We are obviously going to do the second race because we need to find out the extra times for Claris. But we are going to set that up for you folks. It's going to take a few seconds. We'll return and we'll have race number 2 in just a few short minutes.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to game 2 of 2 of this Super Mario Brothers 3 Randomizer Tournament between One Fine Day and clarisdatcom. Claris won game 1, and as a result, punched his ticket to the brackets for the 3rd straight year. No matter what happens here, he cannot miss the brackets. However, he can still improve his standing a bit in the bracket, so it behooves him to play well here to finish 4-2 and get a good time. And One Fine Day, sitting at 1-4 now, is going to look to try to score a last-minute win here and avoid a tie for last with Johnny Link in what has been a very brutal.
This was a very brutal, the brutal group, and to say the least. We were talking about it during the break. We thought, for a second, I thought, okay, One Fine Day gets to play spoiler, but at this point, positioning is not going to help too much with Claris, at least in the 4-2 bracket.
Right. I mean, if One Fine Day wins, Claris will be lumped in with 3-3 players, so he'll be probably a 20-22 seed, and or something along those lines, and that just ends up meaning you're going to be playing like a 10 or 11 seed in round 1 in the play-in game, and that's not exactly what you want to see because we got some really tough 5-1 players.
So it is up to the seed at this point to see how high Claris will place. And One Fine Day just playing for keeps. This, folks, there is still some stakes. But for One Fine Day, this is just for fun and to see if we could get another win for him. But for Claris, this is just to see how deep the possibilities can indeed happen. The flag has already been set down, so we're just about ready to go.
And One Fine Day is a good player. He did make the brackets last year. I think he won on a tiebreaker, and he was defeated by Paradox in round 1. So, and under other circumstances, he'd be right there in the brackets this year. So, we lead off with World 7.
We lead off with World 7, and this is Turning Flags 2, where everything is randomized. And we've thrown in a few beta levels, all of the available and beatable beta levels, including a new one that was debuted for this tournament. You may see it, you may not see it. We'll flag it down for you if it does indeed happen. But at this point, we're playing for keeps.
Yeah.
We're playing for giggles.
Yeah. To answer Chad's question about difference in round 1, it really, I think, and we talked about this during the break, it was really Fort Knox. Claris had a tail in that to enter that stage. One Fine Day did not. That made an enormous difference.
Yeah, it turned out to be usually the great equalizer throws everything off. But not in this case. The great equalizer was generally linear. Claris going for the mac and cheese clip, won't get it in one go. And One Fine Day going the vanilla strats here for 7-1.
I think there was a hammer suit he could have taken a run at. Claris is now also going. Well, I think he unintentionally did that. He's going to
U-turn.
Okay, no, he can't. So,
both have found the Isle of Happiness very quickly, but not too many. I don't know. This is the middle island. Sorry.
Right. Claris was hoping, I think, to avoid having to go back to 7-1, especially a small Mario. Now, One Fine Day's got to deal with that nasty Piranha. Piranha's shooting fireballs at him. This is a tricky bit of platforming. Okay, should be.
Yeah,
oh, he had it.
Tricky.
Okay, he's
Gets
good.
it done now. Claris will pick up the extra item, picks up a leaf. That's going to become a little useful.
That helps, but he's still looking for the fort, and he finds 3-7 with Boss Bass, of course.
Very strange distribution here.
Yeah.
Claris goes upstairs. And we have our coin heaven. Someone brought it up in the chat. The coin heaven stay auto scroll. I don't know why that is that though. I believe it is intentional. The item is a Tanuki suit.
Oh, and One Fine Day was trying to go for the mushroom, did not get it, and takes a death there. So they're looking for a passage to the southwest aisle. Claris, no-go on the first try. Fine Day is not going to go for the item in 3-7. Claris has found his path to the fort, and it is the Navy.
Like we said, navies are orb carriers, so they're in fortress levels if needed. And again, end cards are randomized, anchors are wild, while hammers break locks and or rocks. They don't build bridges. Of course, the goal is to get to World 8 because it is the last world to find World 8. Then find the keep, get to the Koopa, kill the Koopa to beat the game. And of course, you beat the game first, you win the race.
Right. And Chad was pointing out, Boss Bass will have to stay hungry today. He will not eat anyone. Oh, but game 1, he was a very happy boy.
Oh, Boss Bass in game 1. Well fed.
Yeah. In the desert levels, no less. He made a killing off of those.
He's been through the desert with a bass with no name.
Claris is going to try 7-1 again. He took a 100-coin fine to not play this for the moment, hoping to come up with something. Got sub-pixeled there. Got it again. One Fine Day is actually going to take the lead as a result here, unless Claris pulls off in the next, 5 seconds.
One Fine Day's got a frog suit, the piranha level, though. We'll take advantage of a few life rates. And there's the mac and cheese clip.
After about 15 tries or so. So One Fine Day gets his P-Wing. Claris finishes 7-1 at last. Fine Day is going to use his P-Wing now. Now the World 5 airship.
That's his P-Wing wooded for Ludwig. 2.
Normal
3.
jumping Ludwig. 4, and it's a 5-hit Ludwig.
5-hit, yeah.
Yo, he's a little too low. He's gonna take the long way down. So yeah, get your predictions in chat for the next world. I'm gonna say 6. The dream
3.
must stay alive.
Column
The dream
3.
must... 3, alright. Dream must stay alive.
You want reverse vanilla, I see.
Well, we
got 1.
Well, I had to hope. And okay, well, force fort right away, and it's 5F1. Fort creates a bridge. So, no.
Ouch.
One Fine Day again getting trolled by 5F1. He had trouble with this in game 1. Fortunately, he only has a star that he got from the letter.
Actually, there were no letters. There were no... The letter was, saying that was the Koopa. Saying,
Right.
I got your girl. What you gonna do about it?
Well, in this case, it was a quote from Mario RPG, actually, about Bowser and Mario randomly encountering each other before they become allies.
And there's the big bridge built.
Both of them are going to play for the end card, and can't say I blame them.
No items, though.
Fortunately,
We have sync.
Matt. 2-3 with big enemies, but at least no Angry Sun or Boss Bass. But One Fine Day runs into a giant green Koopa anyway. Oh, he did it again. There it is. That time he got it. Fortunately, One Fine Day takes the game over. He did this in game 1 as well.
He did, and it wasn't a bad idea. He got his lives back.
Right. It didn't hurt him as badly as you would think, because Claris had a couple of costly deaths in the same world that actually brought them up to about even at that point, by the time they finished World 2. Yeah, yes, 2-3, giving One Fine Day the business 2 games in a row. Meanwhile, Claris is in 1-5. Did never trust 1-5. So it's been a fairly poverty-hit seed. One Fine Day finding 2 Fire Bros, but manages to navigate past them. Gets a star. World 6 airship now.
Yeah, Claris getting a little bit of a comfortable lead going into World 3 in the third.
He's doing alright for himself. A lot of game left to be played, so we got some nasty worlds ahead, and we got a thick Larry on a flat arena at least. And it gets it at 10 flat. Yes, please get your guesses in, chat. What's the next world? I will say 2.
I'm gonna stick with 3.
I'm going to stick with 3. You and Mike, Croy Baker, and a few others.
Yeah, quite a few guesses.
Alright, moment of truth.
And in the letter we find a music box and World 4 up next.
Dust Minion is a genius. He guessed correctly.
Well, so far he's a genius.
Well, might be in the next few days he might be a bracket player.
Should be mentioned that the stars do not kill the Koopalings, but it does help you absorb a few hits if you need them. More stars, so we're going to have an upside-down orb.
Yeah, he should have enough time for that.
There you go, he gets it done.
Orb or bro, since it's upside down.
Bro.
Yeah.
I get another early fort, but not the one that builds the bridge.
Yeah. Could have been required, though, depending on where the lock ends up. But,
Hey!
Oh! Claris,
Claris slipped.
He's fallen and he can't get up. Oh, One Fine Day getting all the stars here. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that. Three item boxes, all of them are stars. Get your orbs out again, or
Yeah. Bro.
yeah. All right.
So
Okay,
that fort in Claris' side will build the bridge. Now it's just a matter of getting to that fort.
Well, luckily he won't have to do. It won't be too hard. He'll be able to skip 4-4 and 4-2. When to stop for the item first. Card not
gets
being.
to the pipe.
Card is not dealing right now.
And
Play.
couple of brothers of the way.
Double fire, bro. Drop, bashes them, gets star.
Two in the World 6 level here. And for those just joining us, you're joining us. This is a Group I stage tournament race between onefineday and clarisdatcom. Claris won the first one, 39-04, advancing to the bracket stage, and onefineday decided to forfeit. Was not too far behind. Had both were in the Bowser's Castle. Just a couple of unfortunate hits from onefineday was the difference.
Speaking of unfortunate hits, Claris just got dinged by a fire snake, and that was his second death in 6-3. So now he's going to 6-10, and I'm not exactly sure 6-10 with a cheap is exactly a better choice, but there it is.
onefineday will pick up a 3-card Frog Splash, 5 up for 3 stars. Good clip by Claris.
Claris was hoping to get that item, but he couldn't sort of negotiate his way around it. So he's gonna just carry on, waiting for Cheap to come back so he doesn't get sniped. And onefineday is in the World 1 airship. onefineday did not have the trouble that Claris did on 6-3 and finished the first try. $15.03 for onefineday. Claris is not that far behind. So for chat, we have worlds 2, 3, 5, and 6 still in play. Stick to your guns.
And, yeah, easy coupling there. And on onefineday side, I'm the only one in.
I'm going to say 5.
Sticking with 3. We have world 2.
This is an interesting setup because, well, that's not so interesting.
Well, maybe not so interesting. There's no cloud, so you gotta do 5-9.
So we got 2 forts up front, one visible lock in play, but it's not in a required location. So this is an interesting gamble by onefineday and Claris. I mean, it makes sense. You don't have to play a fort. You don't need to, all the better. But it's going to be a bit of a hike if they're wrong. So see how this plays out for them. Alright, so onefineday has finished 45-second elevator pitch. Claris is about halfway done. So this fort here will be instructive, and it's 1 fort, so we already know that it's not required to finish. However, we don't necessarily know if this lock, if it's protecting the lock we already see. We'll know in a minute, actually. So this will be interesting for Claris. Does he go for the item, or does he continue to play it safe? No, he's not gonna. Oh, I think he got tied up with his run.
A little bit.
I think whatever he
speed.
still.
I I guess Claris didn't want to go for the item.
I think something may have like clicked and said like maybe it's not worth it, and well, it ended up breaking the lock we already see, so it actually would have been a no harm, no foul play.
It is what it is in this case.
Yeah. And Dust Minion is correct. It could potentially block an easier path that really is only possible in World 2. Maybe it can happen in World 6, per se, if you get a nasty level or something. Block it that's in your direct path. You want to take your way around, but generally speaking, this is really the only world where that can really pay off. World 1 has its potential use cases too. Okay, so that fort is protecting. Claris 5 up. Does he have a hammer? Yes, he does. Not going to take any chances. He's just going to burn it up. Perhaps maybe not the most advisable move, but he's at the airship. We'll see if this pays off for him.
One mistake on the end cards here. He's got more. Is Claris gonna clear the board? One fine day does finish his 4th world.
So we got 3, 5, and 6 still to go. I'll say 5 again. Vanilla 5.
I'm saying 3. It's
Claris
eventually gonna happen.
Claris is actually going to play the level. And it is 8, and it is Air Force. So
and one fine day going through a pyramid.
this is a calculated risk on Claris' part. He's gambling that this is a short-term benefit of playing breaking the lock. Like one fine day will there will be a better play later, and it's possible. Worlds 3, 5, and 6 are known for their hammer plays.
He's hunting for hammers, so at this point, if there are hammers in the seed, this could be a huge play. But right now, one fine day will benefit by picking up a lead. 2 forts to play in World 3, so this will so 3 in this matchup, not generous.
So 3F2 for one fine day after playing the pyramid. Nicely done. Claris is on the airship, going to take down Morton. And it. $21.05 for Claris, who's about 2 minutes behind. So double fourth. Sunset Boulevard from the King. Clearly, he's gone insane and everything.
And one fine day going through fort from the 2
World 2 fort. Fine day.
It's gonna break a couple of things, but will it be enough to get to Wendy's Isle?
It should be okay. There's one more fort, but we already see where the lock is, so moot point. So now it's just where is it?
Or is it?
Yeah, So it's a 3F1 location.
One fine day with another pipe check.
Do it.
Gets the Wendy's aisle.
Nice fire kill by One Fine Day on Wendy. Make everything a little easier. So 2302 for One Fine Day through 5. So our last guess, chat, is it 6 or 5?
I'm calling 6. Oh, what it is. I'm thinking it's 6. Meanwhile, miniature Hammer Brother Gauntlet goes for World 4-3.
Yep.
Anchor is leaf, says someone in there. We did see an anchor that was used as a leaf.
Claris.
And Claris will clear the board. And Claris still hunting Hammer Brothers. More clouds, but in this seed, hammers are going to be a big play.
Yeah. See, what do you...
There's a hammer.
Okay, so that helps, but we saw that hammers and clouds were enormously helpful, and this is also a big play. He's going to escape all the escapes of the exploration. One Fine Day did. He's going for P speed here in World 5. Okay, so we see there's a lock there at the end of World 5. He's going to have to play the fort. Or, well, he doesn't have to.
Does he have to? No, not necessarily. He touches the sky first once again.
So we actually have our first...
A fairly easy World 5, all things considered. One Fine Day about to develop is developing a comfortable lead.
We actually have our first loss level of the match.
We did. There it is. And Claire's just finishing up his World 3. We have for now we know World 6 is the last level before we hit HE double hockey sticks. We have the world order of 7, 1, 4, 2, 3, 5, 6, and of course World 8.
So One Fine Day is in 7-5 now, the dreaded 7-5. Claris could skip this with a cloud, and I think when the time comes, he will, because on top of everything else, boss pass. Fine Day loses his tail. That's not good. That's going to make this a much longer stage. Claris is in 4-3 right now. This race is getting interesting now. See, Fine Day using Koopa shells to clear the decks a little bit. He's got to be careful.
Good kill for the boss pass, but he's got stuck with the Goomba. Is he making? No!
Oh. No, he gets...
Surprise boss pass!
He doesn't have a cloud. He's going to have to play this through. Claris is in 4F2. Donut Fort. So he is going to use a P-Wing here, which will help, but it's hardly a guarantee, particularly in this room he's going into. He's got to be really careful. This is actually a good place to use, like, oh, he got gulped again. Always take a Koopa shell with you
And
down.
the curse of the gulp continues for one fine day.
Claris is gonna take out the hammer, bro. Batches them, gets P-Wing.
If he he needs to wait, he could have waited. He could have respawned the boss pass.
Fortunately, and now
a delay of a few seconds would have made a world of difference.
now he's actually tapped on Leaf, so now he's in real trouble here.
And all Claris can do is keep racing. He'll catch up eventually.
Now it looks like he's kind of figured that much out with
He's got a cloud. He's gonna skip it.
he doesn't even know what he just skipped.
He just picked up a lead.
Oh, One Fine Day barely gets ahead. Boss pass. Claris is at the World 2 airship.
It all depends on the coupoling here. 2 hits. A little bit of juking and jiving. 3. 4 hitter.
So 29 flat for for Claris, who is in the driver's seat now, going into World 6. Fine Day having to run around Koopa, Paragoombas, and the like. Creates the bridge. All right, so World 6 awaits. Claris underway in 3-3.
And One Fine Day uses his hammer to get to the bridge, and now we have World 6 as our 7th and final world of the match. Before World 8, of course, and 8-2.
Yes, unfortunately, there will be no frog quotes here. One Fine Day losing his frog suit in start of World 2 airship. Ooh. Dodgy hitbox by Roy, putting...
dodgy hitbox, both getting hit, and a high flying Roy.
It was a 5-hit Roy, but he's finally taken down.
Yeah. And that Sumer brother on Claris' side trying to avoid the hit, but Claris gets the music box.
So 30-55 for One Fine Day. About 2 minutes back. Okay, Claris is going to play the fort for no other reason than to give himself a little more of a cushion.
And that is a World 6 fort. Obviously not in position, but definitely vanilla in world.
But yeah, Carpet Fort, 6F3. Fine Day underway in World 6 now. Oh, he gets bodied by the Cheap Cheap. Okay, Claris has cleared out the forts. Now he's going to check piped. And
that's just where you break the rocks. That is not necessary. I could talk. It's not necessary. We got 2 10s, which gives us World, yeah, that's the one.
5-3, yeah.
5-3.
One Fine Day actually opting to play the other stage that Claris did not. He gets the first hand stage. Let's see what item we're going to get today. Just a mushroom in this seed. Friday's going to check the pipe now.
And does it have the same result? More pipe action. Claris opts for the music box, gets that pipe.
It's a good move by Claris.
Oh, and an excellent move. You just mentioned it's a good move. Turns out to be an excellent idea. So all the way to the end. Nothing else to build or break.
Right. So, yeah, he's in good shape with that. He's got a little bit of extra inventory.
He still has HE double hockey sticks with the World 7-8, the World 7 airship. But we have HE double hockey sticks, the great equalizer to go.
And One Fine Day taking a death.
Stuck Iggy, stuck Lemmy. Being a jumbo shrimp again.
One Fine Day taking a death there to in the elevator room. Claris getting the wand at 34-15. Got a shot at a sub 40 if World 8 plays nice. That almost never happens.
And now we enter World 8 with Claris in a comfortably decent lead.
Yeah.
And a mushroom and a bunch of pipe checks. And ooh, wow. You could break that hand. You could break that right now, and he does. He checks that pipe first. We found the keep.
Oh,
good
my
Lord.
God.
That is 99 cent World 8. No hammer suit, but not that it matters. We got a fire suit.
God World 8 has put Claris on his way to a very strong finish here in group play, as he's on his way to being 4-2 in Group I.
And top route again. Tried for the clip, no go.
Usually runners will give it 3 or 4 tries, and then like, yeah, forget this.
Look at that. Ooh, that pattern does take the fire suit away.
Yeah.
No extra lasers at the end, so we got a big Mario versus here's Bowser. And it'll get small Mario, but with the hitbox the way it is, it should not be too much of a big deal.
Ready for his average.
And down goes Koopa. We'll get you that SRL time in just a few seconds. We're just looking for a door, for an inserted door here. And One Fine Day we'll take care of his jumbo shrimp Lemmy. And in we go, and here we go. Official SRL time 36:54. And One Fine Day with a hit, and well, there it is. One Fine Day forfeits the race. We're done here, DNF. That was a God World 8. A hammer is all you needed to get through to the end. And Claris sweeps the board and says hello in the commentary booth. GG.
How about that World 8, folks? Woo.
How about that World 8? I said 99 cents because all you needed was a hammer, and that was it.
You know, you see 4 pipes and a lock like that, well, might as well, sheesh, you know?
Might as well break it, and
who knows?
If nothing else, you got for 3 more pipe checks. As we welcome One Fine Day in the booth, but GG.
Thanks. 2-3 is my new least favorite stage.
I don't blame you. By the way, you might have wanted to continue just to see what you had in World 8. It was God. All you needed was a hammer to break that lock, and
I didn't have a hammer.
You were at the keep. Yeah, you didn't have one. What a bummer. What a race!
Wait a minute. Actually, I think I did have hammers. I think I did have hammers.
No big deal though. I will say this: in the first race, One Fine Day, you kept it fairly close all the way to the end.
Yeah, I mean, I think aside from 2-3, I played okay, not necessarily great. Had I not died in Bowser's Castle, it would have been a lot closer. I don't think I would have won though. I think there wasn't enough time to win.
Well, the other thing that kind of swung it was Fort Knox. Claris had a tail going in, you did not. And that was quite a significant time swing as far as that was concerned.
Yeah, I thought about using a tail there just in case it was Fort Knox, but I wasn't thinking straight, and well, that's that. I'm guessing Claris played all the forts in World 8 in the first seed.
Yeah, all the forts.
Yeah, he did indeed.
Yeah, and regular tanks. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was one of those that made you play everything. Fortunately,
it was actually quite linear, all things considered.
Yeah. Yeah. The what ended up swinging it in match 2 was 7-5.
Oh, yeah.
Was there? Oh no, where was it?
That level you clouded over in World 5, that was 7-5.
Oh,
with
I
the boss
clouded that? Oh crap! Oh,
and with the boss pass. That's that's.
Oh, that is ugly. I'm sorry. Oh.
It happens.
Yeah, you did the smart move in World 5. In that World 5,
Boss Bass was the MVP for Bowser today.
Yeah,
usually is.
Boss Bass was on a feeding frenzy. That's what happened.
But
that being said, GG to both of you. That both were fairly well played. Just Boss Bass just played goaltender.
Dang. But no, GG. It was a good set of races. It could have gone either way. The way the two of us play. I mean, weeklies we'll usually swap spots every once in a while. I was expecting a split at minimum, and just got lucky twice apparently. So I'll take it.
Yeah. So Claris, with that, you finish at 4-2, and according to my little spreadsheet, you finish with an average time of 37:51.
Not bad. You get some 40s. I was cursed with a 45, one with a 45 plus, so I wasn't expecting a good average, but I survived. I survived this group because this was a stacked group. I mean, it didn't reflect in the final results, but any two of us could have made it out.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the toughest groups overall, as it turned out. As you say, it was not even Johnny Link also, who went 1-5. It's like, well, that didn't really see him play. Like, you wouldn't have thought that, but that's the way it goes. So, but yeah, it was a couple of very competitive races, one or two like little flashpoints. That ended up doing it.
It'd be fun to watch the replay. Thank you guys for commentating. Big thanks to SpeedGaming for hosting us. They are awesome, gracious hosts, and we'll see who I draw in brackets, and we'll hope.
Yep, that'll be coming around in the next few days. We still have 4 bracket spots left to fill. One of which will be one of which may be tomorrow, and the other 3 in the next few days. Two players we already know are going in. That's Tapatio J and Dark Shadows. They just determine who's going to win the group.
But until then, that'll do it for us, I guess.
All right. Well, thanks again, guys. GG's, and in chat, if you haven't already, give our runners a follow today, and give us a follow too if you're so inclined. But definitely start with our runners. Great show today, and a great match. And we're getting oh so close now to the brackets, which start a week from tomorrow. On Monday, March 2nd, the real March Madness, Mario March Madness, begins.
Oh, yeah. Of course, for all information, you can type !SMB3R in the chat with the challenge link for the brackets and all standings. And, of course, the randomizer itself, which you can play. It is available for public consumption as well.
Indeedy. So thanks, everybody, and we'll see you all again soon.
So long from the Mushroom Kingdom. Have a good one, everybody.